let me just make my position clear. I think we've got to keep calling fouls. Now, you got to make sure they're fouls. So there's some replays that look and you say, well, that wasn't even close to a foul. Those shouldn't be called. But I mean, there's a forearm on a drive, there's a body check on a hit. Those should be automatic calls. Call the fouls on both teams. Now, if one team's fouling and the other team's not, that's when you have those kind of fouls called. Because you're feeling like, I can't call them all against the other team. Why not? If they're fouling every play and the other team's not fouling, don't call you. That's when, how could they call that a foul? Or how could they call this a foul? Call the game the way that we all want it to be. We want freedom of motion. We don't want a guy driving and getting banged 3 times before he shoots a layup and you say, why did he miss the layup? Well, probably the guy's finger in his eyeball and his knee and his thigh kind of affected the layup. So I'm about calling fouls. I mean, that are fouls. If the game is physical, it should be called. I try to tell Bam, if you put your hand out away from your body, you're giving him a chance to call an offensive foul. Don't do it. Don't do it. Keep your hands tight. When he goes like that, they have a right to call that. Even if you looked at it and said, well, there wasn't a whole lot of contact. Yeah, but you gave him a chance to call it. The other thing's on a drive. If a guy puts that forearm on you and you're driving the ball or hip checks you, that is supposed to be a foul every time, whether my guys do it or the other guy does it. Call the fouls. I mean, does anybody really want the game to go back where we're just beating the crap out of each other? I don't think anybody does. I mean, I support what they're trying to do. As a matter of fact, I was one of the voices behind it. Call the fouls.